KFMA, Fook Music Mornings. Dan, I got to apologize. I'm looking for your intro, and I can't find it. And that's not just because I don't like it.
No. I mean, you could throw anything on. I mean, anything, it's fine. I'll be all right.
Europe is not just anything, man. It's some of the world's worst rock. And I wanted to bring you in with some of the world's worst rock, but
man.
My bad.
No, that's all right.
But, Dan, we got a nice letter from... we are talking with Dan Gibson from the Tucson Weekly, a very interesting and clever blogger, in my opinion. And his first segment was last week, and we got an email from this chick over in Britain who said she listens to the show all the time online for whatever reason, and she really enjoyed our segment last week. So
British people love America.
Yeah, apparently. All right, so let's talk about bronies. What is a brony?
So a brony is I just want to preface, first of all, because I heard the little promos, I am not one of these people myself. While I have seen the show, I just want to make that clarification.
That's fine.
Just throw that out there. Bronies are bros plus ponies. They are adult male aficionados of My Little Pony. Friendship is golden. Friendship is magic.
Yeah, but
friendship
My Little Pony was both like a kid's toy and a cartoon show. Like when? Back in the day, 80s, right?
Yeah, early 80s. 82, I think, for the first pony.
All right, let me try and jog memory here. I don't know if you can hear this down the line, Dan, but I want to play the opening theme and describe what I see. So there's a rainbow, and then there's two cute little kid ponies. One's pink, one's a weird shade of green. They're sliding down the rainbow now.
One of those is Kinkie Pie.
Yeah. Now they're falling into a waterfall, rainbow waterfall, and... This song kind of reminds me of something.
Yeah, it's a very odd experience.
Okay. Now there's a bunch of different multicolored ponies. Ponies that color the rainbow. They're splashing around. They're running and jumping over hills. They're flying, actually.
Sure. Yeah, they learn to fly at some point.
Okay, there's Sandy Duncan in it. Sandy Duncan has a glass eye, right?
She does.
Tony Randall, who has a glass penis.
Did they hook up at some point? I'm not a... I don't know.
I guess they're doing the voices, and that's the deal. I don't know, but I just thought of a horrible joke with the glass eye, glass penis thing. I'm not gonna. We won't go any further there.
It's a family show.
Anyway, so that's the show. Maybe you remember it, maybe you don't. But what's the deal with the bronies?
So they rebooted this show. They started again on a network that I don't think anybody really gets, called Hub, which shows just a lot of repurposed kid shows, Strawberry Shortcake, G.I. Joe, Transformers.
Okay.
And these adult males latched onto the show and started talking about it on the internet. And then when you talk to these guys, they all will tell you, like, it's because their sincere love for the show, like that it's just so genuine and charming, and the writing is so good. The writing on My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, is so good.
What?
Yeah, and that's what's confusing. It's very strange.
And are these guys with lives, or are these like internet closeted gay dudes?
See,
I mean, are they real dudes, or just like some bizarre niche set of America that is freaky and has found a voice?
Maybe somewhere in between. I mean, like, why someone would say, like, start a... I have an appreciation for, enjoying strange things. Why not? Enjoy whatever you like. But it's just like all of a sudden, like, there's fan fiction, like there's multiple My Little Pony blogs, there's YouTube videos where people are connecting My Little Pony to, like, popular movies. There's one that's My Little Pony's acting out the plot of The Watchmen. I mean, it's just a very strange thing to latch on to.
But it just feels to me that, I mean, it's okay. Variety and diversity is great, but this song, danger
is my life.
Like, there's no dude should like this.
No, I don't think
there's no reason for us to like it. There's no real reason that women over the age of 13 should like it.
No, this is a show my 3-year-old daughter loves.
It's like kids men who like to, go back to baby time and dress up in diapers and have somebody get mad at them for peeing themselves. Like, that's who I imagine would like this show.
It seems close to that. I think it's just that the world is scary for some of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much out there, and pop culture has kind of gotten really aggressive. Maybe like there's Lady Gaga in her meat dress, and there's angry rock music, and it's just like I just want to go back. I just want to go back and cuddle my pony and comb its hair.
Harkening back to a much simpler time when multicolored flying ponies was my life.
Yes,
All right. Let's talk. What's really insane about this is that there's a local connection here in Tucson where I would think like the last chapter of Bronies would ever open. But it's here. Dan will tell us about it after Lincoln Park, KFMA. KFMA, Dan Gibson from the Tucson Weekly joins Fook Music Mornings every Wednesday to talk about whatever. Hi, Dan.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Bronies, dudes who like My Little Pony way too much. We actually have some of these people in Tucson.
Oh, yeah. There's been some Brony meetups. There's one of the hosts of there's a Brony blog. I mean, there's a ton of these things, but one of them is from Tucson.
And did you communicate with this guy the other day?
A little bit. I've talked to a couple of these guys. For some reason, I can't explain why they don't really want their names out there as being official Brony fans.
Right.
Which is, embrace it, live it up, man. Although the internet is forever, and I suppose at some point you'll grow out of.
So, but what do they do when they get together? Like, do they meet at like Putney's for a beer and like slap five and talk about My Little Pony, and then watch the game?
Yes.
Or do they get in like little pink ballerina dresses, get together with like aluminum foil magic wands?
You get that with some of like the anime
and
stuff,
sparkly stuff on their cheeks and the hair and what's the deal? How do they get together? They don't get together and play Dungeons and Dragons.
No, that would be amazing if they did that with ponies,
right?
Like fighting wizards. That'd be great. They could listen to Europe, but no, they're just ostensibly regular dudes who hang out to like share the stories they wrote about My Little Pony. Like if you go on the iPhone App Store, there's an app that just lets you read extra stories about My Little Pony, that they've created these worlds. Like, where does the story go after the cartoon stops? It's just not enough for these guys. They want to just keep... I think it's not so much like a gay thing or even an effeminate thing, but just like being scared by life. These guys all seem sort of like, at least by the ones I've talked to in their early to mid 20s, things maybe not working out the way they thought. Like they'd go to college, they'd get a job, it'd be amazing, and it's like
this is just a weird place to retreat to. Like, drug use is one that's an escapism.
Always cool.
Maybe just like too much TV is also cool. Sports, that happens.
Yeah.
Mom's basement happens. Whatever, all that happens. But
maybe I don't know.
All right, so these guys didn't divulge that they're having like the weekly meetings somewhere.
I assumed at some point that these stories would talk about the ponies having sex. But it doesn't get into that. It's this clean, pure, deeply creepy world. I think I would get it more if it were more deviant, but it just seems...
Do they ever get to the point where, like, I'm going to wake up because I'm truly against this movement, where I'm going to wake up and there's going to be, like, this brightly colored pony burning on my lawn?
You might get Pinkie Pie's head in your bed or something, but you could comb its hair.
All right, well, the Bronies exist, and they are here, and if I have a choice between like and not like, I am pounding the not like button.
I would go with not like as
not
well.
Like. Dan, thank you very much. We'll talk to you next week. You can check out Dan Gibson on, should they just go to TucsonWeekly.com and click your name?
Yeah, TucsonWeekly.com, look at the whole site, find out what to do this weekend, look at pictures of killer plants. It's a good time.
All right. Dan Gibson, honorary Brony.
Don't say that.
All that remains coming up next.
Century 21 agents are high.